getting the Tyrano Lair. And following the basic policy of cutting out the fights, just out of convenience sake. Yeah, those dudes are running about, and because there's about to be lots of fights, and I do want to talk about the plot. And about the plot, I want to say that as it is, has become something that, well, after we did our thing, most likely humiliated Reptite Azala, she got vengeful and attacked, and of course now there's become a war of not so peaceful coexistence, has become to a war of annihilation. Of course, and when wars of annihilation tend to be of the worst kinds of wars, and in no war is good usually, and war of annihilation is worse. Yeah. And not only that, there's also the red star in the sky, which isn't bad omen. Well, appearance of new star on the sky is not fun. But once it's red, and it's so bright that it appears at the daytime, it's even worse. Oh, yeah, it ain't rational. That's Ayla. She thinks before... She acts before she thinks, mostly because it's stereotypical to the cave people. Yeah. And she's also confident. And there was also a chest, so let's just grab it. Mid-ether, quite handy. It's quite nice to notice that in this game there's not so much use for the need for use the magic restoration of items and all that. Or at least in this space, but the use of magics and text becomes much more important later in the game. Yeah, she knows. He knows how to open these skull doors, so let's just go and up to this place. There's a couple of ugly things. Let's press the button. Hello, goodbye. Was it nice knowing ya? Same to you. Was it nice knowing ya? Goodbye. Not here. Let's check this side. Well, I avoided a fight with 3 other dudes, or goons, or however you wanna call them. Got ambushed by critters, dinosaur thingies. And there seems to be some kind of things to throw you about. Yeah. All kinds of teleportation thingamary-jiggery. Makes it navigation a cumbersome to, so I'm not gonna even bother. Even though this place does not have anything really, you could say, plot important. And more ambushes. Yep. More beasts. Even more pests. There's plenty of pests around here, but knowing that this is a place where now it's still quite weird to notice that well, of course there's all kinds of plot contrivances thingies, but the actual, well, of course, knowing that the red star is a premonition of something. Now, when you would look about that, it's a matter of red star coming up from the sky. Yeah, the red star falling down from the sky. A comet. Oh, well, thank you, Nisbel. Didn't I beat your ass before? Maybe I did, but hey, thank you for you remembered getting your ass quite thoroughly beaten. So thank you for that, for being so nice. Actually, it doesn't look like he's so nice. Not in this place. Yeah, this bell too. Not so lazy amount of, you could say, reuse of enemies. But yeah, this place has several boss monsters, not just one. So that might be make it quite necessary. Oh yeah, Falcon hit. That's quite very handy move. And he gets much more, and unlike previous one who just got shocked, this one gets more and more durable the more you keep wailing at him. So it's a bit of a balanced thing. That how many times you're gonna wail at him before it actually becomes too. Give it a spin kick. So you usually want to do some few very powerful attacks. Except that wasn't that. Want to blast out a heal wave. Ouch. Yep, I have to blast out the heal beam. Which is... oh yeah. He knows the exactly same thing as the basic... as the original Misspell did. But he doesn't seem to be as feature shot. Yeah, Ayla knows how to do grappling maneuvers. Yeah, you keep running about. Although, of course, the AI in this game is not that insanely smart as it might be in some other game. Let's go give a kiss to Robo as well. Oh, he got moralized because hey, Ayla is tall and shapely young woman with very pushy personality, so who wouldn't like to see some get kissed by her? Somebody who has a difficulties. Well, Volt Pipe should do the trick. Scratch and bite. Yeah, it did a lot of damage. Ouch. But luckily it doesn't seem to get any more powerful from the amount of electric attacks I've delivered to her, so let's give more Molt Bites. And Heal Beam is very powerful, potent move, so of course I'm gonna keep using it. Yeah. Volt Bites actually seems to be a really good Achilles heel move to him. It does a big chunk of damage and it's lightning attack, so keep spamming it. That's the basic method of wall fighting. Find the good tactic which works and then spam it until whatever kills over and dies. Like this. Not so much experience, but quite big chunk. Let's just shift some team. And once again use the shelter and save of a natural selection. Yep, I would not call things natural selection, I would call it more like chance selection, of random chance, which is different than natural selection. Natural selection would imply that there's some sort of noticeable method or reason for the selection to happen, like fur-covered animals have better chances of breeding when there's cold or climate is cold, but not necessarily. But this kind of thing about to happen, I'm spoiling plot events, is much more of in a group of random chance. Oh, look at that! Those things fell from the cliff. But now I have path yet open, except this. Now, continuing forward. What are you, Azala, here doing? Scheming your plots. Ayla believes in natural selection. Yeah. Azala seems to have brought us a new pet. Not just Nisbel, who might have been more like her bodyguard or something. Let's equip her with a... Oh, and in this phase, presence of ruby fire equipment, ruby vest is very handy. Eye bridge and a bloody big thing. Yeah, it's a big thing. Azala and her black Tyrano. So time to make use of the old-fashioned way. It's of course lightning 2 to do the shocking. Oh yeah, black Tyrano doesn't take much damage from anything. Belly flop it. And Azala also doesn't seem to be much of taking damage from basic maneuvers. Falcon hit. Yeah, well, it doesn't do so much damage. Black Tower does nothing but spew fire at you and make ugly faces. Oh yeah, Azala doesn't also seem to get shocked by lightning attacks. Yeah. Ow. Dropped a rock on my head. So yeah, this battle is all of these boss fights are battles of attrition, but this is very much battle of attrition. Oh yeah, Black Town also knows how to eat you. Let's drink a mid panic. Just because, hey. Ow. Nothing too intimidating. Yeah, Black Tower spews some fire. Lightning through and leap slash to Azala. Didn't do much damage. just regular attacking then. Well, except lightning attacks do quite nice chunks of damage to it. Yeah, and it also heals itself when it goes to the biting mood, which is quite annoying because it practically hasn't taken any damage yet. Waving about. But now the defenses are open to Azala. She's about to get real powerful. And what part of it is it actually? Oh yeah, Azala break. Meaning she goes down. Oh no, I forgot. It's actually Black Tyrano who's doing the drains power. Now it's doesn't have any defenses, but it's preparing for do something nasty. So it's time to start wailing at it. And it counts down. Blast out the heal. And try some wolf bite as well. Graphical style still makes it a bit. Oh yeah, wolf bites doing a lot of pain to it. Yeah, it just stands there, keeps opening its mouth. It's quite simplistic animation frame, and then it just bites again and stands there and takes the beating and looks scary. Which is quite much always what these kind of big giant monsters do. Usually they just stand there, look scary. Which is more or less what's their function. Yeah. Lots of fire, and if I hadn't taken the precautions with the ruby vests, it would have caused a lot more damage. But now it's just going to basically do this phase that the Black Tyrano counts down and spews fire, and I keep wailing at it. Except that its defenses are up again. Just keep swiping it with regular attacks until it goes to the wounded state again. Yeah, but of course, when there's no dragons to slay, heroic knights do something similar, which is kill tyrannosaurs. Especially those with big metal bracers on their necks. Let's give it lightning strike, just I'll say. Yep. Now it is back in a state of look scary and make noise. And load your biting move. And it's quite this fight is much more of a you just figure out the strategy to use against it and then just follow it until it goes down. There's no need to do any kind of changes to your tactical approach. Let's try the volt bite. Come on, give him a punch. Just go and hit it. Now another, perhaps one of the most beautiful looking dual techs in the game, Spire. Yeah. Lightning Storm, leaf stab to the face, and it's using it as a lightning conductor. That's awesome. It wasn't so effective as in comparison to Volt Bite, but it was certainly great looking attack. Yeah, this game has lots of those dual techs and triple techs, and some of them are very useful and some of them are not useful practically at all. So it's a bit of varying thing. I'm still just chopping it apart, doing slight little slivers of damage to it as long as its defenses are up. Oh, it went to biting mood again. Why it doesn't just eat Chrono or whoever it is eating whole, just chews a bit and goes out. Not the most smart big giant monster, but giant monsters are known from being very smart. Oh yeah, this is a long battle, not as climactic as in the preceding boss fight, which was more or less the ultimate battle before there was a figuring out that no, Magus is not the source of Lavos. He knew about it, but he is not the source of it. Yep, Black Tyrano is dead. Without much of dramatics. And Azala is dying. Well, judging by this one of you running about in 1000 AD. The red star arrives to Earth. Yeah, that's a good name. Day of Big Fire. Well, we got a rescue service. Azala will prefer to die than have no future. feels strangely sad. And no more Tyrano Lair. But I wonder, did the Reptites know or call it, or is it just some sort of random thing arriving? But now it is, I know when and what Lavos is. It's not even from this planet. It's something completely alien, able to lie dormant for millions of years before it then... Yep, we just, after vague time, we just came back here. Yep. Yeah, it left a big hole, but let's just go and check how the Yoka village is doing right now. There's a big lava field and a huge crater. So let's just see what kind of speakings there is to be done by the folks. Nothing new in that. I know them already. Nothing new in these. Big fire where big fire fall. Well, yeah, Reptites no more, they dead. And here we have red stuff fall. That is bad omen, beyond bad. Well, time to drink some sweet water. Well, everybody looks fine and dandy indeed now that the Reptites are history. So it's time to actually go and hunt down the portal wherever this is. A gate. Yeah, use the gate key, get to the gate. This was just a regular gate, not a special gate. But where does it lead to? A big... a cold, bleak, winter-spattered land of unpleasantness. With a location called Terra Cave. Ice all around it. Of course I came from this cave. So let's just see what's in the more westwards. A very technological looking structure. Skyway. And there has been no any kind of marking of this, of something which has simply not be age 12,000 BC, and we have arrived to a moment which has disappeared to history completely. But it's time to start exploring it next time. I'll see you then. See ya!